Yeah, Council, you have, for the Deputy Governor, you have 10 minutes for the examination.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Sorry.
Yes, Senator Boni?
Speaker, my point of order is to appeal to you, and the appeal is arising from the provisions of the rules of procedure. I invite you to look at rule number 22. Mr. Speaker, I'm appealing to you that you vacate your direction that in order to accommodate the time constraints, the Council for the County Assembly should lose its opportunity to cross-examine two witnesses. 22 says, a witness presented shall be led in evidence, cross-examined, and where necessary, and only for purposes of clarification of issues that may have arisen in cross-examination may be re-examined. Mr. Speaker, with the long years of experience in this Parliament, I know that whatever decision we make here is still open to being challenged in the High Court. And there, if we are going to be found to have breached our own rules, then our very ultimate decision is open to being challenged. We are not going to die from.
So what is your point of order, Senator Boni? Are you suggesting that the witness should not be re-examined?
Yes, it looks like you are not listening to me.
Because if you read 22,
let me
that
make
is
my
what
point.
It is addressing.
This is serious, Mr. Speaker.
Rule 22 is addressing cross-examination. Just in case there are issues of clarifications, the witness is
I know.
examined.
Mr. Speaker, sir, if you listen to me, you'll see where I'm going. The point I'm making is that vacate your ruling that two witnesses
Now, Senator Boni, I mean that ruling and you should really sit down. Yes,
Mr. Speaker, sir, I will not take that.
I cannot vacate my ruling. Sorry.
But that is why I'm rising to draw your attention to provisions of rules of procedure, 22.
What you are quoting, 22, is not addressing that matter completely.
It is.
Are you challenged also in this English language?
Am I?
Let me give Senator Chalaga, he is a lawyer, he is the one who practices
Mr. Speaker,
Senator Boni, have your seat, kindly.
General K. Two senators do not.
Senator Boni Karwale. Senator Boni Karwale, resume your seat. I want you.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. We are cautioned because the Bible says, Mr. Speaker, we should not serve the law. The law should serve us. In our ruling number 30 of the same, on the procedures, you have the power to determine on a particular question, but not limited to question of evidence, materiality, relevance, competency, or admissibility of evidence, and any question consequential or is entitled thereof. So, Mr. Speaker, your ruling is Solomonic, and it should not be vacated. In any case, the traditional precedent, the issue raised by my brother, Senate Majority Whip, is overtaken by events. That matter is stopped from being discussed, Mr. Speaker, and therefore I request that we proceed as you are directed, Mr. Speaker.
Let's proceed now, kindly, Senator Sifuna. On 1 minute.
One point, I wanted to calm the nerves of my senior, Honorable Khalwale, that far from the big words that Senator Cherargei wants to use, he has actually not shed any light on the issue. I wanted to calm his anxiety by explaining that if a party has chosen to waive their right to cross-examination, there really is no problem. So it is them who have requested to waive that right to cross-examine those two, not under pressure, so that they can focus their attention on other witnesses they believe would better advance the argument. So, Mr. Speaker, you are just okay. You are struggling, but you are okay.
Now you are out of order, Senator Sifuna. Senator Sifuna, you're out of order. Can you withdraw that last point? Can you withdraw?
Speaker, it was with a light note, but I withdraw and apologize. You are a man of substance.
Council, let's proceed. 10 minutes
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I trust my 10 minutes start running now.
from now.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Joseph Misati,
Yes, Mr. Speaker, sir.
a number of questions were put to you, whether you defend the DG whatever he wants, that you act on his instructions, and that you do anything. And the question I want to ask you directly is, would you go out of your way to defend the truth, or you would go out of your way to defend? What are you defending today? Is it the truth or the deputy governor?
The truth, Mr. Speaker, sir.
You are standing for the truth.
That's it, Mr. Speaker, sir.
And all you said is based on your truth.
Pardon?
What you are standing on is what you believe to have been the true position.
My true position in this case,
Asema, just confirm that what you said is based on what you know to be the truth. It has nothing to do with whether or not you want to help the deputy governor, isn't it?
that's it, Mr.
Thank
Speaker,
you.
sir.
Now, the second issue I want to put to you is you were asked by my colleagues whether the deputy governor made to you a promise that your son would get a job. And I want you to just confirm that for emphasis. Did he make any promise to you?
No, Mr. Speaker, sir.
The questions were also put to you. Did you know what or how what you do or how you do what you wanted to do to assist your son get a job? Did you know?
No.
You didn't know. Did he promise to use his position to get a job for your son?
No, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Okay. Move on to another question. You asked whether you usually make visits to the deputy governor with your sons. And what is your answer?
Correct, that's true.
You normally visited?
Yeah.
Yes. Now, you asked, Dennis said yesterday that that was the first time he had gone to the deputy governor's house. That's what he said. Do you have an explanation for that proposition?
Yes, Mr. Speaker, sir. As it is said that my son, Dennis Misati, it was his first time to go with him to deputy governor.
Mr.
His
Speaker, sir,
Excellency.
we want to object to that line because it never came out during cross-examination. During cross-examination, the witness must be tailored to answer the questions that have come from cross-examination. He cannot introduce a new ground that we never dealt with in cross-examination. He is re-examining the witness.
Mr. Speaker, sir, all I am doing is reacting to the proposition that was put to the witness as to whether he normally goes with his sons to visit the deputy governor, or otherwise whether that was the first time and distinguishes the rest of the visits. And so I'm just making the point as to whether or not indeed he has been visiting, and if Dennis was making the first visit as opposed to the other sons, what is the explanation? That's all I'm doing, Mr. Speaker, sir. I pray that you...
Just stick to that lane.
Yes, thank you very
You
much.
have a lot of experience.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. And I don't want you to be very verbose. Could you just answer the question? Why was it that Dennis was going there for the first time that day?
Mr. Speaker, sir, earlier I stated that my son has been away from, he has been in Nairobi for more than 13 years.
So the reason why you had not gone with him is because he has been away from Kisii in the neighborhood of the visit, isn't it?
Correct, Mr. Speaker,
Okay,
sir.
I would like to move on. You've been asked why you chose Dennis to receive the M-Pesa as opposed to Jared, whom you have always worked with. What is your answer to that? Why did you choose Dennis?
Mr. Speaker, sir, when you have got a number of children, you must balance in how you can love them. In that context, you can see that Jared is the person who has been driving me. Here is Dennis who has come. Because of that, I want just to show Dennis that I love him by sending that money. In other words, not loving because I sent the money. It is just to indicate that I must balance in my love towards my sons.
So you are showing love and trust.